He was a man of contradictions, a brilliant mind, a tortured soul, a visionary who saw beyond the horizon, yet was haunted by the shadows of his own creation. J. Robert Oppenheimer, the father of the atomic bomb, changed history forever. His work at Los Alamos during the Manhattan Project marked a turning point in scientific and military history. A chilling image, a mushroom cloud rising, casting the world in shadow. The aftermath of Hiroshima and Nagasaki left an indelible mark on humanity's conscience, his creation a testament to human ingenuity. But at what cost? The Trinity test explosion was both a scientific triumph and a harbinger of unprecedented destruction. Oppenheimer's story is not one of simple triumph. It is a tale of profound moral and ethical dilemmas, of a man wrestling with the consequences of his own genius. It's a story of moral reckoning. A narrative that forces us to confront the ethical boundaries of scientific discovery and the responsibilities that come with such power. Of a world grappling with forces it barely understood. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki were a stark awakening to the destructive potential of nuclear power. Oppenheimer's legacy is etched in the very fabric of the 20th century. His contributions to science and his role in the development of nuclear weapons have left an indelible mark. He ushered in the atomic age, an era defined by both incredible technological advancements and the looming threat of nuclear annihilation. An age of wonder and terror. A world forever changed. The Cold War era saw the proliferation of nuclear weapons and the constant fear of global destruction. His story is a stark reminder of the duality of human nature, the capacity for great innovation and the potential for devastating consequences, our capacity for both creation and destruction. The dual-edged sword of scientific progress that can lead to both enlightenment and catastrophe. The potential for progress and its perilous price. Oppenheimer's legacy serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the profound responsibilities that come with great power. Born in New York City in 1904, Oppenheimer was a child prodigy. Books were his world. He devoured them, absorbing knowledge. Physics captivated him. He excelled at Harvard, then Cambridge. He pushed boundaries, challenged conventions. His brilliance was undeniable, his passion infectious. He became a renowned theoretical physicist. His lectures were legendary. Oppenheimer wasn't just a scientist, he was a complex individual, drawn to poetry and philosophy, fluent in 6 languages. There was a depth to him, a certain melancholy. He saw the world differently. He felt things deeply. This complexity would later define his role in history. The year was 1942. The world was engulfed in the flames of World War II, a conflict that had already claimed millions of lives and left countless cities in ruins. The world was at war. Nations clashed in a brutal struggle for dominance, and the future of humanity seemed uncertain. A shadow fell over the globe. The skies were darkened by the smoke of battle, and the hearts of people were heavy with fear and despair. The Nazis were developing a weapon of unimaginable power, a weapon that could change the course of the war and the fate of the world. The fate of the world hung in the balance. Every decision, every action could tip the scales towards victory or defeat. The United States launched a top-secret project. A project that would require the brightest minds and the most advanced technology of the time. Its name, the Manhattan Project. A name that would go down in history as one of the most ambitious and consequential undertakings ever. Its goal to build an atomic bomb before the Nazis did. A race against time, with the highest stakes imaginable. Oppenheimer, with his brilliance and drive, was chosen to lead the scientific effort. He was a man of great intellect and vision, but also of deep moral contemplation. The weight of the world fell on Oppenheimer's shoulders. He knew the gravity of the task ahead and the potential consequences of their success or failure. He gathered the best minds in the country, physicists, chemists, engineers, each one a master in their field, each one driven by a sense of duty and urgency. They worked tirelessly, driven by a singular purpose to win the war. The pressure was immense, the stakes unimaginable. Every moment counted, and failure was not an option. They were racing against time, dancing with forces they barely understood. The future of the world depended on their success, and they knew it. Section 4. Fire and Fury. The Dawn of the Atomic Age. The New Mexico Desert. July 16, 1945. A blinding flash. A deafening roar. The Trinity test, the culmination of years of work, had been a success. The atomic bomb worked. The world would never be the same. Oppenheimer, witnessing the raw power he had unleashed, uttered the words from the Bhagavad Gita, "Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds." The bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. Hundreds of thousands of lives were lost, cities were reduced to rubble. The war was over, but at what cost? The world was in shock. The atomic age had begun. Section 5. The Weight of the World, Oppenheimer's Moral Reckoning. The horrors of Hiroshima and Nagasaki haunted Oppenheimer. He became an advocate for nuclear control. He spoke out against the hydrogen bomb. He believed humanity had crossed a line. He carried the weight of the world on his shoulders. "We knew the world would not be the same," he said. His words reflected his deep regret. He understood the power he had unleashed. He felt the burden of his creation. He spent the rest of his life grappling with the moral implications of his work. Section 6. Savior or Destroyer, History's Uncomfortable Question. Oppenheimer's legacy is complex. Was he a hero who helped end a world war? Or was he a villain who unleashed a force that could destroy humanity? There are no easy answers. He was a brilliant scientist, a flawed human being, a product of his time. Some argue that the atomic bombs saved lives in the long run, that they prevented a bloodier conflict. Others condemn the use of such devastating weapons. They argue that the cost was too high. The debate continues to this day. Section 7. Legacy of Ashes, Whispers of Peace, Oppenheimer's Enduring Impact. The story of J. Robert Oppenheimer is one that resonates through the corridors of history, echoing the profound dualities of human achievement and the shadows of ethical dilemmas. Oppenheimer's story is a cautionary tale. It serves as a stark reminder of the immense power that science wields, and the heavy burden of responsibility that comes with it. His journey from the laboratories of the Manhattan Project to the moral crossroads of the atomic age is a narrative filled with both triumph and tragedy, a reminder of the power of science. The breakthroughs achieved under his guidance revolutionized our understanding of physics and opened new frontiers. Yet, these advancements also unleashed forces capable of unprecedented destruction, the importance of moral responsibility. Oppenheimer's reflections on his work and its consequences highlight the ethical dimensions that must accompany scientific progress. His famous quote, "I am become death, the destroyer of worlds," encapsulates the profound impact of his contributions. He left behind a legacy of innovation and destruction. The atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki stand as grim testaments to the dual-edged nature of scientific discovery. Oppenheimer's legacy is a complex tapestry woven with threads of brilliance and devastation. His life and work continue to spark debate. Scholars, scientists, and ethicists still grapple with the questions his legacy raises. Was the pursuit of such powerful knowledge worth the cost? Can humanity wield such power responsibly? He challenged us to confront the ethical implications of scientific discovery. Oppenheimer's speeches and writings urge us to consider the broader impacts of our quest for knowledge. His insights remain relevant as we navigate the complexities of modern science and technology. It is 20 minutes to midnight. The doomsday clock, a symbolic representation of how close humanity is to catastrophic destruction, serves as a chilling reminder of the stakes involved. Oppenheimer's work is inextricably linked to this ongoing narrative. We are approaching the most dangerous time in human history. The challenges we face today, from nuclear proliferation to climate change, echo the warnings Oppenheimer issued decades ago. His legacy compels us to act with foresight and caution. Oppenheimer's story is a mirror reflecting humanity's capacity for both greatness and destruction. It forces us to confront our potential for both creation and annihilation, urging us to choose a path guided by wisdom. It forces us to ask ourselves difficult questions. What kind of future do we want to build? How can we ensure that our advancements serve the greater good rather than lead to our downfall? About the choices we make. Every decision, every innovation carries with it the weight of potential consequences. Oppenheimer's legacy is a call to deliberate carefully and act responsibly. The consequences of our actions. The world we shape today will be the inheritance of future generations. Oppenheimer's life reminds us that we must be stewards of our knowledge and its applications. His legacy is a stark reminder that the quest for knowledge must always be tempered by wisdom and compassion. As we forge ahead into new scientific realms, let us carry forward the lessons of Oppenheimer's life, ensuring that our pursuit of progress is always balanced by our commitment to ethical responsibility.